Hey, what's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Day one, Stairmaster, you dig? Boy, this is nothing to play with. I just want to tell y'all, man, my life got better once I started saying no. My whole life, I've been very selfless with others. You know, the testament of putting others first, treating people how you should be treated, that's not inherently evil. It's not inherently bad. If everybody was here to treat others like how they wish to be treated, we will all be getting reciprocal energy. But we're in a world where certain people feel entitled and certain people don't. Certain people show appreciation and others don't. So, by you being the person who doesn't move with that entitlement, doesn't move with that arrogance, that haughty spirit, more than likely you're going to be surrounded by people who are the complete inverse or opposite of you, right? You're going to be surrounded by people who do not necessarily want you to fail, but they don't really put you to their mind whenever they feel like you may need it, right? People will put themselves first. When I started saying no to people, my life got better. It got more easier, it got simpler, I got more relaxed, and it's very hard to turn back. I consistently pray to God for a softer heart, to not allow me to have a hardened heart towards my brothers, towards my sisters. But it's hard when you're constantly around people or you find yourself in situations where people just act up in your life. I'm not going out my way to be around people. I don't hang around people that much. But there's situations in my life where I had to double back and recollect upon certain instances that I've been through. And it kind of makes you get mad again, right? It refurbishes that anger. By the end of the day, had I just said no to certain things, I wouldn't have experienced those certain things, right? But I don't regret anything because the lessons I've learned from it were paramount. They're necessary for my growth, right? But guidelines have to be had. Guidelines have to be had. It's a blessing to look at life through that lens. I have a lot more peace these days. My life seems a lot more quieter these days, right? But you also can't question why you may feel lonely on other days, right? When you cease from pouring into so many other people, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't know how to respond to that, right? They do not know how to respond to that. And you find yourself feeling very isolated from the group, isolated from others. And it's not right. It's not right. But like I said, we live in a world where people do not care as much as you may care, right? There may be situations where you don't care as much as somebody else may care. So we always want to check ourselves. We always want to make sure that we're not being the person that we're trying to avoid. We have to consistently be accountable and make sure that we are not the person that we talk about. We don't want to be a walking hypocrite, right? But for me personally, obviously, because I'm the one saying it in this video, right? I understand that my life has gotten better when I started saying no to people. A lot of us feel bad about saying no to people, right? We feel bad about having guidelines and borders. We feel like we're doing God a disservice by saying no, disregarding the thousand yeses we've told up until this point. But that one no makes us feel so uncomfortable. Now, is it your conviction doing that? Or is it just lack of repetition, right? You don't have enough reps. You're not used to telling people no. So when you do, it feels alien. It feels like you're doing yourself. It feels like you're selling yourself not short. It feels like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? But that's not the case, right? Some people have to get told no because you'll be taken advantage of. You was not put here to stretch yourself so thin to where you cannot provide for yourself, your family, right? But a lot of times we put ourselves last so much that we forget who we are in the midst of it. We forget who God is designing us to be in the midst of it. We forget ourselves. We forget the identity that we're supposed to be finding through Christ. And we put our identity in our service and acts that we do for others. And how can you tell me how is that supposed to make us grow? How are you supposed to feel? Who's going to be there to hug you at night when you're always hugging somebody else, right? These are things that you have to take into account. Look at your life. Look at the people in it. Why are they in your life? What have you been doing for them? Right? What can you do for somebody else? Right? By you always saying yes for somebody, how does that really make you feel? Do you feel better? Do you feel good? Do you feel like an ego stroke? Do you feel like a better person because you said yes? Right? So if that's the case, is it even for them or is it for your ego? Do you say yes so you can feel better? What goes to your mind when you feel convicted about telling people no? Why do you be so hard on yourself? If you have the ability to help, you should help. But it comes to a certain point where you have to set standards for yourself. If you have the ability to help yourself, why can't you help yourself? If you don't feel like doing something, you don't have to do it. You really don't have to do it. You make the decision to do it if you don't. And if you don't have to do it. Maybe you have enough on your plate. Maybe you have something to do for yourself. Certain people can't get acts of your service all the time. Certain people can't get what they feel like they should get from you. That's why people get angry when you do tell them no. Disregarding the 1,000 yeses. It's a spirit. It's a spirit. It's a spirit of confusion. It's the devil. It's not good. It's not right. Right? Whenever I ask somebody for something, which I rarely do, I don't like asking people for help. I don't like asking people for anything. I don't like to feel like maybe it's kind of like an ego blast. It kind of makes me feel like I'm being less than because it's like me telling myself I couldn't do it myself. I'm so competitive. I want to be able to know my limits. So if I ask for help, I know it's because I really, truly need it. And I can't do it myself. Sometimes it's good to test people with asking for help just to see what they say. Just to see where their heart's at, right? But I had to look at it from a different lens. I had to look at it like, man, like me asking somebody for something else is an extension of what others do for me, right? I've always been a person that people would ask for something for certain things, right? So I have to expect myself to be comfortable saying no too, right? I'm not going to be a slave. I'm not a butler. I'm not put here to serve you, right? That's not my job. I'm put here to serve people, not you consistently, right? It's okay to say no. My life got better once I start saying no. You can't make this up. It's irreplaceable. I love saying no. One of my favorite words. I might be that mean ass daddy just saying no all the time. You know, mean black ass daddy. You feel me? Like daddy from Good Time. Mean. You know what I'm saying? Just saying no. You feel me? Or am I getting my shows wrong? Probably. Who knows? But I love saying no. You get to see how people really are. You know what I'm saying? And it also makes people appreciate your yeses. It makes people appreciate you when you're actually there. People want to ask you to hang out, go out. Nah, bro, I'm good, bro. I'm locked in. I'm doing my thing, bro. All right, bro. You feel me? A lot of people don't like that. They respect it, though. You know what I'm saying? And the people who act out of character when you do say no, that's how you know who they really is. They've been like that the whole time, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So, don't feel bad about saying no. Don't feel bad about setting standards for yourself, boundaries for yourself. You can learn a lot about yourself. Don't be such a punk. You know what I'm saying? Moving in fear. Scared of yourself. Scared to say no. Scared of what people gonna say. Your problem is you care so much about how people view you. That's really the core issue. That's really what it is. That's one of your biggest problems. You're afraid how people gonna view you. So you're willing to bend the truth to protect yourself as a coping mechanism. It's a liar. It's a liar. If you found out one of your friends did that to you, you wouldn't trust them. So why are you doing it to others? You feel me? Treat others how you want to be treated, right? My life got better when I started saying no. It really did. It truly did. I'm trying to tell you, man. Better listen up. My life got better when I started saying no, dog. No cap. All praise in the Most High.